Welcome to USA Daily Update. Breaking right now, a historic federal court decision is shaking the entire United States, and experts are saying this single ruling could completely reshape how immigration enforcement will work for years to come, and it has already started a fierce power struggle between the White House, Congress, state governments, and the courts, as the judge declared that key parts of the current immigration policy must be reviewed immediately because serious constitutional and legal concerns have been discovered about the way these rules are being enforced on the ground. And this announcement has divided the nation, with one side calling it a victory for human rights and the other side warning that it could open the borders and weaken national security at a dangerous time for America. Immigration has always been one of the most emotional and complicated issues in American history, and every administration, from both political parties, has tried to find a formula that can control illegal crossings, protect the economy, and at the same time respect the values written in the Constitution. And this new court intervention shows once again how difficult it is to balance law enforcement, humanitarian responsibility, and political reality in a country built by immigrants. The federal judge explained in detail that immigration officers need clearer limits and better guidelines to make sure that arrests, deportations, and asylum decisions follow due process and do not violate basic rights. And legal scholars believe this could force the government to temporarily change the way detention centers operate, how families are separated, and how quickly migrants can be removed from the country while the full case continues through higher court. Supporters of strong border enforcement are furious, and they argue that the ruling will create chaos for Border Patrol agents, encourage more illegal crossings, and give criminal networks new opportunities to exploit vulnerable people. And they warn that cities already struggling with migrant arrivals may face even more pressure on housing, schools, and hospitals. While on the other side, immigrant rights groups are celebrating and saying this decision proves that many enforcement practices were unfair and needed urgent reform. The Biden administration reacted carefully, trying to avoid a direct clash with the court, and officials said they will obey the order but will continue defending their broader immigration strategy. And they again called on Congress to pass a comprehensive reform plan that includes modern border technology, more judges for immigration courts, legal work visas, and a humane system for asylum seekers who are fleeing violence and poverty. Republican leaders immediately attacked the judge and accused the courts of blocking policies that were designed to protect American citizens, and they promised to fight back with new legislation, budget restrictions, and political pressure to restore what they describe as law and order at the border. While several Democratic lawmakers responded that the real problem is decades of political failure and that only bipartisan cooperation can fix a system that everyone agrees is broken. State governments from Texas, Arizona, California, and other regions are also deeply worried because they are the ones who must deal with the daily reality of migrants arriving in their communities, and governors are asking Washington for clear instructions about how local police and social services should act under the new legal uncertainty. And many mayors fear sudden changes could overwhelm their budgets. Economists are adding another warning, and they say immigration policy is directly connected to inflation, job markets, and business growth because huge parts of the American economy, such as agriculture, construction, restaurants, technology, and healthcare, depend on immigrant workers, and any abrupt shift in enforcement could reduce production, increase prices, and slow national growth. Religious organizations, teachers, doctors, and community leaders are also speaking out, reminding politicians that behind every legal argument there are real human families whose future depends on these decisions. And they are asking both sides to calm the rhetoric and think about the long-term interest of the country as this legal battle moves forward. Appeals are expected, and the case could eventually reach the Supreme Court, which means the final answer may define American immigration policy for an entire generation and could influence the next presidential election as well. We will continue to track every update from the courts, Congress, and the border, and bring you clear, unbiased facts. And for more daily news from the United States, subscribe to USA Daily Update.